The concept that we're looking at to accomplish our underhook is I'm just entering with my elbow. Okay, so as opposed to digging my hand in. My elbow gets past this plane. Once it gets past this plane, I have a pretty clear way to get through and around towards the back. And we can set that up from a couple of positions, the ones that we showed. I got my big overhand, boom, go to scoop. I have my outside grip, whatever I'm doing the other side, elbow and scoop. But then also from a collar tie, I can take that elbow through, go make my peek, go to move around the outside. So nice cheap trick to get underhooks if you're having trouble accomplishing them. A couple of ways you can play with it, explore it yourself. We'll see you guys next time. What's up everybody? Aaron Jannetti with Endeavor Defense and Fitness. I am here with Eli Knight of apparently Budo Brothers today. I didn't get a cool shirt, but that's okay. So we're gonna talk about underhooks. Underhooks have a huge benefit in the self-defense world, various reasons. If we're talking strictly grappling perspective, I have control of his hips, his center line, his body. There's body lock things I can do from here. There's clears and duck unders, way I can put myself on the back. A lot of effective stuff from there. In a weapons-based environment, if I have a weapon or he has a weapon, I'm underneath his arms. Generally speaking, I'm gonna have faster access to my waistline as well as faster access to his waistline. So a lot of reasons underhooks can be beneficial, especially if I'm stuck in an entanglement, right? Now, getting underhooks may not be nearly as easy. The first place we usually teach gaining underhooks is just through baseline pummeling, right? So I have an underhook, he has an underhook, and we're digging into that. So a lot of people, when they hunt for unders, they have a tendency to look only here with the hand. Well, if he's got any sensitivity around where my hands are at, maybe he has a wrestling background. With the popularity of MMA and wrestling in general in the US, it's likely you run into somebody that's at least scrapped with their older brother at some point in time. Maybe as I'm trying to dig for this, I just can't get for it. I can't get the position I want. So a really easy trick that has helped me a lot to accomplish underhooks, both standing up and on the ground, is to look to enter the elbow first, right? So I usually call this like a peekaboo elbow as I go in. And how we're gonna get here a couple of different ways, but the baseline concept is I'm taking my elbow over his arm, shoving it up into the armpit. So even if my hand stays here on the front of his body, by clearing the armpit with the elbow, which I can use as a wedge. Even if he's kind of keeping this pretty tight, I can use this elbow as a wedge to clear the space, and now I can go palm out to palm in as I go to accomplish my underhook from that position, right? So I can actually enter into this from various places. Stole this from Icy Mike, but you can throw a big old right overhand, and now I can tuck that elbow through as I go to enter into my underhook from that position, and then I can accomplish whatever goals I want from there. If I'm trying to kind of fight past his hands right out of the gate, whether it's a grappling perspective or again, a self-defense situation, I can get a mirror side grip on his hand. So my right hand is grabbing his left wrist. And what I'm gonna think about doing is I'm gonna use that as my fulcrum point. I'm gonna pivot my elbow over. I'm still holding onto the wrist. And now I can peek that elbow through the backside, start to look for my far side grip, start to look for my catch across the body, or my body lock, or my duck under from there, right? So another good option as far as that goes. And technically, I could do that off of both, right? So if I have both of his hands, if he's got jackets on, things like that, I can hold on to, gi perspective, all that comes in. Now I have options going from both directions to make that same exact entry point, right? The other place that we can look at this, and I've had a lot of success, I'll play a lot of collar tie. Well, now from collar tie, in any case, my elbow is already kind of in line with his armpit. So instead of losing this space and this leverage, pulling my elbow off and trying to feed my hand, I can use that elbow to start to elevate. And now I'm gonna drape the palm across the body to, again, accomplish that underhook by snaking the hand through that direction, right? So the baseline concept that we're looking at to accomplish our underhook is I'm just entering with my elbow. Okay, so as opposed to digging my hand in. My elbow gets past this plane. Once it gets past this plane, I have a pretty clear way to get through and around towards the back. And we can set that up from a couple of positions, the ones that we showed. I got my big overhand, boom, go to scoop. I have my outside grip, whatever I'm doing the other side, elbow and scoop. But then also from a collar tie, I can take that elbow through, go make my peek, go to move around to the outside. So nice cheap trick to get underhooks if you're having trouble accomplishing them. A couple of ways you can play with it, explore it yourself. We'll see you guys next time.